The N-word cake is so velvety you have no idea. I mean, I have lots of other different chocolate cakes, but none has this kind of texture. I mean, it does look like a normal chocolate cake, but it's not. Okay, small disclaimer. Yes, this cake is actually called the N-word. Thing is, it does come from a different time. This recipe actually comes from my great aunt. Not great, but great aunt, my mother's aunt. And that's how it is. I do not condone it at all, but it just stuck like that. I'm not gonna say it in any form. I'm just keep it as the N-word, and nah. I don't want to call it a chocolate cake either, because it's not the normal chocolate cake. Write your suggestions what we could call this in the comments below, please. I really want to find a better name. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's see how we make it. Here we go. First off, you need to melt your butter or margarine and add some water to that once it is close to be molten completely. Then add the sugar and the cacao into the mix as well. Stir this until there are no clumps left and simmer this for 10 to 15 minutes. Yes, this long. And yes, the whole house will smell amazing. Turn the stove off and let it cool off. Just giving the occasional stir to cool it down a bit faster. It's just way too hot. Let's give it a few more minutes. In a separate bowl, mix the flour and baking powder, and once the chocolate mixture has cooled off completely, add the egg yolks, give that a stir, and gradually add in the flour mixture. You can do this with a mixer if you want to, but to be honest, the spatula does the job as well. Now it is time to beat up the egg whites until they are all stiff. And then you just fold them in carefully. No stirring, just folding it in so that this cake gets extra fluffy. You can of course do this in several parts, but I'm too lazy for that and my bowl is big enough as well, so Then fill the dough into the baking tin of your choice and off into the oven. Of course, depending on the depth of the baking tin, this might change, but you gotta bake it at 170 degrees Celsius. Mine took about 40 minutes to be baked through completely. Once cooled off, you can top it off with some powdered sugar, but the original version calls for a sugar glaze. Or you can skip it altogether, really up to you. Okay, enough of picture taking. I want to taste it. It has been 24 hours, but you know, I have a basic chocolate cake recipe, but this is a whole other level. Really, trust me, you need to try this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm eating this whole. Bye. Of course, I didn't finish the cake in one sitting. Let's just say I didn't share it with my neighbors, because that's what I'm doing usually, at least. I hope you have enjoyed this week's video and didn't find it offensive. I kid you not, it is really called like that. I mean, this is one of my older ones, my recipe books. The N-word in German. Never mind. What I'm saying is, I truly hope you enjoyed this video and give this recipe a try. I would love to hear what you think, how this recipe turned out, and if you did enjoy it, please drop a like down there. Subscribe if you don't want to miss our weekly videos. Have a delicious weekend and see you next Friday.